Greetings, everyone. It is an honor and a privilege to speak before you on this Giving Tuesday. I thank ProZ for the opportunity, and I'll start by introducing myself. I am Fabian Aruquipa. I am a language service provider, translator, interpreter, and proofreader, copywriter as well, from La Paz, Bolivia, Latin America, and I have 15 years of experience in the area of language services, and I was invited to give this talk. Originally, this talk was meant to be an article. I had been meaning to write an article on my topic for a couple of months now, and I had it in my mind, but unfortunately, due to the specific nature of a translator's or an interpreter's life, you may well know it. I was unable to put it on paper. Um, that was when I was contacted by Cynthia Ferrer from ProZ Pro Bono, with whom I had collaborated in some volunteering endeavors as a proofreader, reviewer, and also translator. And I was invited to give a talk and on just for Giving Tuesday. So I thought it was fate that the gods wanted me to share this, not with just any audience, as it would have happened in my blog or on the newspaper, but with you, my fine colleagues and other language specialists who are connected through ProZ. So once more, I thank ProZ for the opportunity and for the platform. And I'll start. My talk uh, is about how volunteering in the different areas of language services like translation, interpretation, and others forges a multidimensional growth. We language service providers come from very uptight, overtly stressed working environments with tight deadlines, demanding employers, challenging geographies, challenging contexts and settings. Wherever we are, translating, interpreting, and proofreading is not an easy task, and regardless of the language as well. So one may think, why put all that effort, all that skill for free, to do something for free? And where you could do other kinds of volunteering. You could volunteer building a house, you could volunteer teaching, whatever. But what I am aiming for, what I'm about to discuss, is volunteering in precisely the specific areas of work we have. Putting your best skill to the service of others for free. And this talk goes beyond the point of nobility and doing service for others. Um, that is implicit, that is a fact. But I would like to address more strategic, personal, and even academic ways in which language service volunteering helps you or will help you. I have a small presentation, as you can see, and I also have my notes here, but I'm trying to speak from the heart. So I hope I'm reaching out to you. I believe there are 5 dimensions in language service volunteering, and how language service volunteering enhances or enables interrelated multidimensional growth. Um, these 5 dimensions are academic and linguistic sharpening, cultural sensibility, logistics and real-world professionalism, content and format versatility, and the spiritual dimension, which we will address in a second. So academic and linguistic sharpening might be obvious. It's whichever context you come from. If you become part of a volunteering of a language service volunteering platform like ProZ Pro Bono, you will be opening the gate for lots of language learning opportunities. Whether you come from legal translation or legal language service provision of services, medical, technical, if you open the gate to volunteering, you will be able to perform in subjects and areas which would have not gotten to you otherwise. We develop translators and interpreters, language service providers, develop our skills. We specialize in very particular areas. For instance, I'm a diplomatic and legal translator, literary as well. But by opening the gate through language service volunteering, we are also enabling ourselves to learn more, to get more, to develop more in other areas of language. That is the particular point. Now, of course, you must have the skill. You cannot jump into technical translation volunteering without knowing any of it, but you will have the chance to develop this skill, this linguistic skill, terminology, glossary, formulation of sentences, formulations in different constructions from different subjects. Geologist does not speak as a writer or a journalist. And you will have that chance to be exposed and learn from all those different types of languages by volunteering. This is a type of growth that will help in all of your uh, professional endeavors as well. So all of these opportunities will be able by volunteering, by being a member of a volunteering platform, and your language skills will grow, particularly once more in terms of understanding and knowing how to input output language constructions from different areas, from different speakers, from different regions, from different clients, with different uses of terminology. This will help you also to develop your localization skills and others. Well, but this is kind of obvious, right? Through through volunteering, you will learn all of different kinds of languages, of uses of language. I was one recent project that we have with ProZ Pro Bono, which I have to present very soon, is religious, for instance. And that's a kind of language which I would not have seen in my diplomatic endeavors, for instance. Although you find um, similitudes, but that's for you to discover. Second, cultural sensibility, which again may be obvious, but more specifically here, I'm not speaking only as being exposed as the specific linguistic features of a culture. That is point one. This one has to do more with cultural sensibility by working with people from different cultures. My team, with the project I just mentioned, this religious review of work, is composed of people from Latin America and Europe. And some of my former teams had people from Spain, Saudi Arabia, India. I would have never been able to meet these people, and not only meet these people. Let's remember, we're not just speaking about the sentimental aspect here, helping others, meeting others. We're speaking about the strategic, professional skill building. You get to work with these human beings and with their own working cultures. Bolivians are not in any way similar to Argentinians when it comes to work. Yes, I'll stay in call. I'm recording this video by myself, and Google's asking me if I want to keep on doing it. Argentinians may, for instance, not make these kinds of comments throughout the recording. Bolivians may, Americans may not. we have different uses of terminology. We have different uses of glossaries, formats. That's another point. But the issue, the core point here is that you will be able to work with people from all over the world and learn how they work. Schedules. Also, this is so important. You will be working with people from Australia and China as well, and you will learn, you have to adapt to them. Important. Not just working with them, with the human being, which is also valuable. You will make friends, of course. You will make great teams of work, of professionals with whom to work. Your battery of colleagues is going to grow, but you will also learn something very important, which is the different working cultures from other professionals. Third, logistics and real world professionalism, which is connected with the second. They are all interconnected, as you will see. Um, I'll take up from the other point, working in different schedules. Usually, depending on your team of work, as translators, we don't have we don't have the same holidays. We don't have the same schedules as our families. We are used to working with different time zones. But by volunteering in a language service volunteering platform, you will increase that exponentially. And this will allow you to enhance your global time zone clockwork in your mind, and to learn how to adapt to working with people who are 12 hours ahead or behind from you. Not only that, all of the volunteering platforms like ProZ Pro Bono are very professional in the way the works are handled, the projects are handled. It's just as any professional work. You get a team member, a team leader, you have the translators, you have the proofreaders, you have specific deadlines, you have terminology glossaries, you have particular formats that you have to work with and adapt to. So it is just like working for a client, just like when I was starting. You're doing this very professional and uptight and demanding work for free. And a takeaway, not that free, a takeaway you get from that is learning how to work logistically with other professionals, with professionals from other cultures, increasing your language battery, your language memory, your own language memory, and also learning how to cope professionally with all of these logistics and administrative things. Sending your, as a translator, sending the translation before the deadline because the reviewer needs to review it. For instance, or as a reviewer, not taking into account just the final deadline, but 2-3 days before, because you have to share with the team and also get feedback from them. Or there will be occasions where you're not able to do that. This particular real life experience, like you have a very, and that's part of the project conditions. The reviewer will not be able to go back to the translators, so you will have the final word. You will not be able to go back to with your team. Things that are specific to every real life scenario. Working with a CAT tool, that is the requirement of the church or of the institution that works with migrants, and they need this but done with I don't know, with SmartCat. You don't know how to use it, you will learn how to use it. And you will learn how to use it and how to download the file and how to send it to your reviewer, or how to review it in CAT. Once more, many of these things we develop daily, and we may have developed already, but the opportunity grows by volunteering. Fourth, content and format versatility. Just as I mentioned a second ago, you will be able to work with journalism notes, doctor notes, legal papers, bullet points from meetings from two institutions that are working for a project for a particular population somewhere in Africa, and they are just bullet points set like not complete sentences. You will learn how to do those particular formats and a whole bunch of them as well. This, once more, opportunity is given by offering yourself to any volunteering platform, where you will be given, like in point number 3, a guideline. or a format instruction. You will be told how this is supposed to be done, just like in real life work. And this will allow you to meet, to get acquainted with other types of formats. Like I said in point one regarding language, not only is language different from a geologist to a literature professor, also their formats are quite different, even when it comes to academic work, right? Five, the spiritual dimension. Um, I said this at the beginning. Mahatma Gandhi said it. The best way to find yourself is through the service of others, to others. So find yourselves, and this is quite obvious. It was mentioned at the beginning: nobility, doing something good, helping that migrant, helping that church collect that money, helping that church inform people about sexual violence, helping that politician expose his word where there are no sources of media that allow him to do so, helping that child thank the church member for the donation. Endless examples that will make you feel good, will make you feel that you're doing something good for others. And once more, not only in this spiritual service oriented area, but also by enhancing all of the 4 points I mentioned. You will be doing something good for others in the area of language. Imagine that. Bridging cultures, bridging language users, institutions, countries for free by servicing them. And also enhancing your language skills, your formatting skills, your logistics and administration skills, your cultural sensibility. All of them will come at the same time. Last point, but not least, um, I hope this is taken in the right way. Linguistic objectivity and professional objectivity. I believe that as language professionals, our only service is to language. There are causes, of course. I just mentioned a couple in my examples, but the main cause is serving language. And you will be able to do this, and you will be able to become a more objective language professional if you start doing more from different areas. Volunteering, by volunteering also, because it's a whole different thing than doing it for, for your income, for your life. There are different realities, although the skills are similar, although the demands are similar, but even, your mentality is different. When, I have this is my quote, you have to pay me this, it's a whole different thing. This is something you're doing out from your heart and for the service of language. After you develop this objectivity, there will not be any personal, because we are human beings, of course. But if a translator or a linguist or an interpreter goes and says to a meeting, a high level meeting, says, hey, I cannot do this because I disagree with the political position of this person, which is understandable, but you are acting as a human being, not as a professional, as a language professional. You will be able, if you develop this linguistic objectivity, you will be able to cope with anything for the service of language. Interpret, translate, proofread, write anything that you are asked for without your emotions coming in between. Because you have developed a linguistic objectivity, because you work with everybody. You volunteer with all causes. The NGOs are endless. The people who need help in linguistic assistance is from every context, rich and poor, black and white. And this is my last point. I hope you enjoyed this brief talk. And I will be able to respond a couple of questions through email. My email will be given. And if I'm able, I will be also available at the same time zone. Thank you so much. Thank you, ProZ Pro Bono. There are many other ways to volunteer, dear people. I'll mention a couple of which I'm a member of, just to give you an idea, like Translators Without Borders, Advocates for Human Rights, Become. But you may also find them. There are so many. The request for people in this area is huge. And again, you will be doing something good and enhancing your skills. Thank you so much. Goodbye.